All right, we're here at Max Brick Studio. We've got 2 hotels we're getting ready to expand and work on, and my helper today is he's helping me out. So we've got all our bags laid out. We looked at our instructions, and bags 1 through 7 is our first floor. So we have all these up here, and then we have our next section down here, which is 8 through 10, and then the last 4, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Very good. So we're going to get started on these. I have kind of an idea what I'm going to do, and we'll try to show this first floor once we get it done, and we're going to get started building. Okay, so we're getting ready to start building, but we got all our pieces laid out. I noticed a little misprint in the Lego book. So we have bags 1 starting over here, going 2, 3, 4, 5, all around to 6. And in our book here, it has up to bag 7 is the first floor. Bag 7 actually should be going over here with 8, 9, and 10. Possibly, I haven't looked that far, but bag 7 starts this bottom part here. So we took bag 7 and we threw it down there underneath the table, and you can definitely tell that the colors are different. I was like, what is going on here? This doesn't go on the first floor. So just a little misprint with where that bag 7 goes. So not a big deal, but should just go over here. If you're building the set, you probably won't even notice. You probably don't even look at that. But when you're setting out, planning out, prepping to get ready on building a massive first floor, you need all of your parts that are going to go to that section. So these parts that go in this bag, you need to go over here. Easy fix, but just a little misprint I thought I'd point out there. So now we're going to start getting to building. All right, so building along here, we've got the first floor done, and the only thing we've done so far is add this 16 by 32 base plate here. And I was going to do both base plates, but just way entirely too big. So we only did the 8 by 16. I had started on this side over here first. And when I went ahead and got it done. And then when I got all the way down here, I did not have an end. So the build part ended here. So I didn't have anywhere to connect. So I had to move the entire build over 2 studs. So it was just this part. I didn't have any of this built. I just had my bushes laid out. So I'm glad I kind of caught that when I did. It only took a few minutes to fix it, but still one of those things you learn as you go along when you're not redesigning it in a computer. So that's the fun part of it. So this section is done for now. We still got to do the tiling inside, and it's kind of there. Enough is there to get started. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet, or how I'm going to design it, but it's there. No changes on this side, but we'll go over all that later, and if I like it or not. And so that's where we're at with this. So we're getting ready to start our second floor, and so in the instructions, the second floor starts the build over on this side. So in the picture, it starts the build here. However, I need to start here and then lengthen this section through here to get down there. So I've got to, instead of starting on page, what are we on here, 113, I've got to start over here and then get this done, then build something of this. I don't know. I've never done this before. This is a new one. So I'll figure it out. But we got our parts. Bag 7 is all I need to get the flooring done. So we get back to building. We'll see how it goes. All right, so we're on the second floor, and I've gotten to a part where I cannot use all the parts from the set to expand this thing. So my problem was with this flooring, I needed a 6 by 6 and then a 4 by 6 to get the length right for how far I was going down on the expansion on the first floor. So I had to get in my parts collection and make those numbers add up correctly. So I grabbed a 4x6 here and a 4x6 plate there, and now all the numbers, they match up just fine for what we're doing. So now I'm at the point where I'll be doing a new room design. So we had one room here and then this room, so we have enough space here. I'm going to try to get 2 rooms here, and it's coming along nicely. Something that I thought I was going to have a problem with was through here with these inverted arches. Since I'm doubling this, I have 2 sections of this, and I'm only using 1 section. So there are some these arches on this side here, so this gives me 1, 2, 3 extra that I'm not going to use. So I was able to get my double here, and then I had 1 left over. So I should have 2 more sections of these, which I look over, and yeah, I do. I've got some over there. So that works out that I didn't have to expand this section. That I'm just doing this and left it the way that it is to help out with other parts. Now, since these are not over here, this is as far as this gets me. So I would need 1 more of these for the flags, but I'm thinking 4 flags will be okay. And I might do some sort of I know the balcony's going here, or some sort of open window or air or something like that, but we'll see. I'll have to look to see what the economy floor. I think this is the economy floor, and then the 3rd floor is the suites, but I'll have to take a look. So we get back to building, and that's it. That's our first section where we've needed to dive into the parts collection. Otherwise, we're going good. Let's get back to it. All right, so we're building away, and I have run into an issue with parts not connecting. So in our book here, we're on step 230, and it wants us to build this section here. So we're going to build one, and these top sections here are not connecting right. So let's see if we can get one to connect. I have had some connect, and I have had some not connect. So the problem is with this 1x1 round plate with the hole in the middle, and let's see if it connects. That one does. So that one does connect. However, these over here, so I've got a couple on, and they're not connecting on there. So when you take this and you go to squeeze, I mean, you can squeeze on there as hard as you want, but it just falls off. And I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know. I've got 2 sets, and I kind of got the parts together here. These over here, these connected. They're on. So I've got about half and half so far. I don't think, let's see if that one's connected. That one is, hey, get back here. And I know this one is not. That one just sits on top of there. And I'm not sure what has happened with, if they're coming from different molds or what Lego has, but kind of interesting with some of them connecting and some of them not connecting. I think once I get this up here and they're connecting on this section up here, it'll connect eventually. I don't think it'll be a problem, but typically Lego, everything connects. So I don't know. I'm not real happy with it. I feel like that everything should connect, and that one went on there okay. Well, let's try another one. Let's see what happens here. Well, and I gotta build a bazillion of these things, which is fun. Not fun at all. It says 14 on the instructions just for this, and since I haven't quite doubled it, but it's close to it. All right, let's see here. Connect. Come on, connect. That one connected. I don't know. Maybe I'm losing my mind. No, these aren't connecting. Here, let's do another one. See where we're at here. And on this build, I've made a list of the problems that I've had with this build, and that's not good. And then this is good on top. Let's see. That one connects good. All right, that's nice. Building backwards. I like building backwards sometimes. Let's keep this guy on. That one connects. So now we're above 50%. Come back. Yeah, just do one on the floor. There, good. Here we go. I need a little net catcher thing here to catch parts when I drop them. All right. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 so far, and 1, 2, 3. 3 have not. That one's definitely not even close. 3 have not connected. So we're 6 out of 9 on good connections. Let's try 10. See what happens with 10. Do one more. There we go. Almost got it there. All right, what do we think? Yes or no? Is it going to connect? I think it's going to. That one did too. I don't know. We'll I'll go all through all these, and if I get connections all the way, that'll be great. If not, I'll just connect them on a top piece. So we're gonna get back to building. All right, so out of the 20 that I built, so we got 20 going all the way around. I ended up with 7 that are not connecting right. This one here on the end just comes off easy. It's not connected or anything, which, oh well. So 7 out of 20 not connecting. I have not built any of the other ones. That's all I need. I'm not going to sit here and mess with this for all day long and wonder why they're not connecting. So we're going to get back to building. All right, so making progress on our 3rd floor here, and something that we're getting ready to start building is the green sections that will go on the side here. And I have a whole bin of these that I got from the Pick-a-Brick wall one time, and I'm going to put them here, and just to see if it cleans up this look a little bit of these studs sticking out, and hopefully these don't come out too far on it. So we're going to throw them on there, see what it looks like. All right, so it called for 10 of these, and this is how far 10 gets us. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more, and so far so good. So we'll add a couple more on there. All right, we're at a point where we're getting ready to put the roof on. But before I do the roof, and then, well, after I do the roof, I'm going to start getting some complaints about this set. But before I get into complaints, I do want to note the amount of furniture that is in this set. This is all doubled, obviously, and then the first floor has a couple of things in it. It doesn't have quite all the furniture here, but the amount of furniture in this thing is quite impressive. So if you're looking to do like a house or something, there's some good ideas for furniture in this. So the girls are getting ready to come in, help me put this in our expanded rooms and get some nice hotel rooms going. So we're going to get to place this in here, and we'll be back shortly. Finally, I'm done with this. Well, not done, but done enough. So, and this, it doesn't even fit into my shot on my camera where I have it set up, and the box art doesn't even fit on the box art. The top spire comes off. So let's fix our camera here. Get it right out. There we go. Now we're in business. So the boutique hotel is finished. Almost. This section down here, the tiling is off, so I'm going to have to place this over on the street and figure out where the tiles go, because they don't line up since I changed how the building lays out, which was fun. It actually, I think, helped out a little bit, adding the 2 bricks on that I mentioned already. But with having to move everything down this way, this is not lined up with the center of this, so it's off a little bit. So this section here, which would be this in the book, I'll have to put it in the street to see what it looks like. And right now my street is a absolute disaster, and I'll take a look at it in a second and get it placed over there, and then we'll take a look. But for now, that section there it might need some redesigns. We'll figure it out. But we'll make it work. And then this guy over here, oh, this thing is heavy. On this side is the same build. This particular section was not modified any. It all kept the same. I debated on moving it or a couple different things with it, but I really wanted to keep that shape that Lego did, and there's really no way to modify this in a modular way. If I wanted to take this section here and stretch it back that way, that would make the whole hotel bigger, which in theory I could. I would need at least one more hotel, maybe two more. I'd probably need four to do all that. So that's just unrealistic at this point. So this is two hotels into one. Now we're going to spin this thing back around here, and then I'm going to go over some of the things that I like, because that list is a whole lot shorter, and I really didn't intend of doing a review on this. I like building and getting it placed and going with that. But I'm going to do a couple reviews on this and just go over a couple things. So I'm going to spin it back over here, and I'm going to go over what I like and then what I don't like. All right, first up, what I do like and my most favorite is the furniture that comes in this set and all of the accessories and little details. And my kids had an absolute blast with decorating this thing. I left all the furniture out and really let them go to town on decorating the inside of this and setting up their own hotel rooms and making it look kind of what they want. And I think this will be a great set for them to play with on the different types of furniture in there, and then having characters come in and out. So the furniture on this is amazing. I mean, it really, I think, beats any other set as far as all of the beds, couches, desk, and everything that goes into this. So that is one thing that I like. The next thing, and I think this is the only thing I can really come up with, is this first floor. After that, I don't know what Lego did. I don't know if they challenged themselves on to do something different, and this is what we came up with. But the first floor is absolutely phenomenal. The color, the gold accents on the windows, just everything on this first floor is perfect, I think. On this side anyway. I'll get to that art gallery in a second. But for the hotel itself, first floor, perfect. Second floor, almost perfect. But we get into this light color, and I think that they wanted to do a different color. And this is just my opinion. I don't know. I don't have any idea. And I don't really read anything online to look or see what other people's opinions are. But I feel like they're trying to get different colors into the city, and that's great and all. But this light nougat that they have going on here, it just does not fit into the 1950s style cities that they're going for. This is more of a Mediterranean thing. It really is more of a standalone building to go with that style. And it's tough to get into the city here. And I'll get it placed and show that here soon. But I'm going to turn this thing to the side and look at the back over here. And we're going to start taking a look at the things I don't like, because those are really it. That's really the only thing that I like about this set. Even it being expanded, it's rough. This is definitely not one of my favorites, but I'm sure the kids will enjoy it, and that's about all that matters. So let me turn this thing around here, and we'll start getting into what I do not like. All right, I did a lot of complaints about this, but this particular edit is getting thrown in the middle. So one thing that I do like about this hotel is that it is not named. I can name it what I want, and I thought it was kind of fun. So this is gonna be called the Continental Hotel, and that is straight up a reference to John Wick. So John Wick is stopping by here one day, if he's working or on the job. So this is gonna be the Continental Hotel. So that's the name I came up with, and I really like that. All right, first up, down in here, there is a gap and a significant hole into the top of the first floor there. And if we're in an imagination world, it starts raining, you're gonna have some problems. So that is my first and biggest thing. Now, to cut them some slack, when you're dealing with angles in Lego like this is going to happen. Do I believe that there's a solution for this? Yes, I do. Am I smart enough to figure out what it is? No, I'm not. So I don't know if they looked at this when they designed this and had any ideas for it. I might try to address this one day to see if I can get that gap filled in. I don't know if there's anything on this back section here that could have been built over to cover this up, or even just taking this tile here and putting some sort of rounded tile on the end just to fill in that gap. I don't know, but it's tough when you're doing angles, and I feel like, and I would never say that these designers are lazy, because they put in probably hundreds of hours on designing these sets, and it is far beyond what I can comprehend. And they do a fantastic job at it, and they work their butts off. But little stuff like this, when you're selling a top end Lego set, this shouldn't happen. That kind of stuff should be addressed and figured out. One thing that they did on this front side over here, we'll take a look, to fill in a gap. I don't even know if we can see it. So back through here, there's a gap in here, and they took a tile and did it sideways up through there to fill in that gap. It's right back in there, in between the round candle pieces and the bricks going up. So that helped fill that gap in. They didn't have to do it up here. They already had the tiles up here, and then this down here filled in pretty nicely. So they knew that there was a gap there, and they took the time to fix that. Now, they do have, here they are, some studs here showing back here, which it bothers me. Why can't they make a 1x1 brick? I know they say, well, we got to make a mold. You know what? They have thousands of molds. When you look at how many different parts they have thousands of them. And they already have that mold. They can drop that color in there and get another one and clean that look up a little bit. And I really feel like there was a lot of things on this where the look could be cleaned up. There were some changes that I made to this just to get rid of some of the studs off of here, like all these flowers going across. In the original set, there was flower, no flower, flower, which leaves a hole here like these, and that just bothers me. So I filled them all in with flowers as much as I could. Here on the front's kind of difficult, but left them there, and I'll keep looking at it and not like it, and I'll change this out eventually. So because that's the first thing I'll look at. It's a focal point for me, so I'll change it. So let's take a look at the next thing that bothers me. All right, next is this circular gap here. Pretty much, if I move this back, there it is. This gap right there, right there, and that's another gap that just I felt like could be addressed by building something underneath here, filling this in a little bit more. There is nothing under there. They could, I mean, my finger goes way down. They could put something on the back part of this build to fill that in. And I went over the instructions several times, and there's nothing back there. And why they can't do that, I don't know. But it's one of those easy things to do. And I'll get that back on in a minute. It's a gap. Might as well leave it there. There's a gap there, right? So that's just another thing. So let's take a look at the next one. All right, I'm being nitpicky on this one, but are these the best bushes that a group of Lego designers could come up with? I mean, they all got a picture in the front of the book of like 5,000 of those designers sitting there. I don't know, there's probably like 10. But that's the best bush they come up with? All right, that's nitpicky. All right, next thing. Now, this I have looked at online, and this tree. My goodness, it is so out of place in this city. So it's going. It's going to be put somewhere. I don't know where, but probably not in my city. It might be kind of cool to put in a building as a decorative piece or something like that. It is a neat little palm tree to represent that type of decoration, so I do appreciate it. However, I don't appreciate it where it is in my city. So that tree is coming off. Next up is this incredibly tiny art gallery. What in the world has happened where this lady can't even sit in here? I can't get her down in there. I have to take everything out. I don't even think I can get my hand in there to take it out. But this crazy, tiny little art gallery, I guess is a shoe-in for this set. I don't know. I guess they had to put something here in the corner, and this is it. This is all they come up with. Come on. If you're going to do an art gallery, do it right. Make it bigger. So, I don't know what to do with this. I'm going to leave it here for now. I really wanted to do a standalone, kind of like I did with the donut shop, and do a standalone art gallery and make it bigger. But I don't think it's going to happen. So, that's all we have. Maybe I don't know, one day if I get the desire to do so. But this tiny little art gallery, spend enough time on it. Let's go on to the next thing. All right, so next up was when I was building this, and I showed this previously, was these 1x1 round plates not connecting to the candles to make these posts here. And now that everything's on there, I mean, it's not going anywhere, but some of them are not connected there. I know it, and it is what it is. But we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. That's kind of nitpicky. All right, so next up is the lining up of these stairs, and here in the instructions, this dark orange tiles, they came down this way and then stopped here. They might have connected over top the black piece here, but when you put the first floor down, and I'll show you in a second the way that it looks odd with that particular tile section there. So I threw this on to make it look like another step, and it looks better here, but this looks out of place when you got the next floor on. However, when the floor is off, this looks better here. So I gotta pick one. Which one do I like? You know, I don't know. But what they could have done was move the floor over, and I know I'm expanding this, but I built this back section the way it is in the instructions. This is not, the layout is the same as it's done in the instructions. So when I go and put the next floor on, the stairs line up in that particular area. So I know it's done right. You can't see it in the book if it's done right, but the numbers add up. You know, it's got that 4 space through there, so the numbers add up to the correct thing. So they could have pulled it over one more, and I don't know why they didn't, and I'll show you here in a second what I mean. All right, so right here you have the tan 1x4 that I had there, and then there's the black 1x2, and to me this should have been built over one more stud over from here to here, and I think it would have looked fine. It's a set of stairs. My kids never use them. It's merely for functionality to make sure that the building is still the same, but it just doesn't look right. It is what it is, but could have just added one more thing in there, which they do anyway. I don't know why they didn't, but you know, it's tough design on these. I know it is, and I do appreciate what they do, but let's get these higher end sets right, and on to my last thought, and I'll get back down to the first floor here in a second. Okay, now the last thing I think that I'm going to pick on is probably the absolute worst thing that drives me up a wall. You have this great luggage cart, and this thing it's adorable. It is so cute. Both my girls built one of these, and they had a lot of fun doing it. So great luggage cart, But you've got this luggage cart, and you get your luggage on it. You're going into the building. You get here. You get down. Wait, yeah. You get here. You're wheeling your cart down. Where's it? Where's it at here? It gets here. Now where are you going? You taking that thing up them steps? Nope. You're gonna take it outside and winch it up? Nope. That's as far as you're going. Now you're walking your luggage up. Where is the elevator in this building? Town Hall has one. Don't tell me you can't do it. You've done it. It's a interesting elevator in Town Hall, but it's still an elevator. So put an elevator in here. This hotel should not have steps like this. For a 5-star hotel, should not have steps. Have an emergency exit? Sure. Put down the outside if you want to. Put it on the back. I don't care. You want to put steps in somewhere else? Fine. Have an elevator with it. So that is the major downfall of this set, is not having an elevator. I am going to build an elevator on this at some point. I'm going to have to put some thought into it, what I want to do. But an elevator is going on this. Now, I do like that this little section is here. I like this little archway. You know, I could tuck those little luggage carts in there like that, and I think it looks super cute. Works pretty good. But that's all the further they're going. Make a stair climber one, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that was back in the 50s, but stair climber luggage carts, great, fantastic. But if you have an elevator, you gotta do that. So those are my pet peeves. I'm gonna get this thing back together here and get a couple more shots of it, and then we're gonna get it placed in the city. All right, got her back together, and the changes that I made to the outside of this, not many. The second floor, if I doubled it in size, would have had 2 balconies for each room. I just did the one balcony on the end. I wanted to try to keep that same look that the original Lego design had, where it's got one balcony, which would have been right about here. So there's really not a whole lot of changes. One thing we did, if we doubled it in size, it would have had 2 skylights. We went with one over the master suite. And if I was trying to put another one over here, you'll see that this room is a little bit smaller. And we can take a look down in there. And our bed is on that side. So I did redesign the interior a lot. However, the exterior is pretty much the same. Our top deck here is the same. And I think it's cute. I like it. Just small. And we'll get rid of the tree. But let's take the roof off and take a look at the 3rd floor. All right, 3rd floor. Pretty legit 3rd floor. I like this, and it turned out fantastic with the decorations that we worked in and what we wanted to do. So Blossom decorated this particular floor, and she wanted to put the bed on this side, and I was trying to talk her into doing a double king in this room, but she wanted that one. She wanted it more personal for that traveler, so she put some thought into it. We have our TV down here, our lampshade, and I took the swivel off of the other black chair and put it on this one, so this one would swivel. I also took off the 2 studs there. I just made it a regular brick instead of the bricks with the studs on the side, and just cleaned up the look of the chair a little bit. We can still set a minifigure in it just fine. Shouldn't go anywhere, but those holes on the top of that chair just totally detracted the look away from that chair. So I think it looks great now. And our bathroom was expanded. It is much better functioning than for a master suite on the bathroom. It is the only bathroom in the hotel, so I guess everyone's going to have to use this one. I don't think so. But so we put our tub there in the side. I think the tub was long ways. So this is, I got sideways. I think it was long ways in the original instructions. So I moved it sideways there, put it up against the wall, so they can kind of, when they're sitting there, they can kind of maybe stare out the window or crack their head on the faucet. I don't know. But the sink was moved over here. I tried moving this stuff around a couple of times, but ended up with this iteration. These arches get in the way, so that's how it had to end up. I added a little lever there to flush the toilet. I did not get to put my blue water in there yet, but I will drop a 1x1 round tile in there, blue, to put some water in the toilet. I did put a little shelf here on this side, and Blossom actually changed out one of the lotions with some soap. So that's the master suite, how we ended up with that. And then over here we have another smaller suite with a couple of things in it. So it turned out nicely too. So that is our third floor, and we're going to take a look at our second floor. All right, on to our second floor, and this is I guess maybe the queen suite. I guess we could call it. That's what Kiwi wanted to call it, or the queen suite. And it's got a king bed in it. It's got our swivel chair in the little Victorian area, I guess, kind of would be. And we have our desk with our lamp, and we got a lampshade there. And we have this smaller, I guess, armoire, I guess it would be, or something along those lines. And then we have our economy class rooms. We have 2 of those. So on the hotel, the whole hotel, there was 2 rooms each floor. So we managed to get an extra room in. So we had 5 rooms total. So our economy room is the same both ways. It's just flipped, sort of, kind of, in a way. And so this one has the bed, the smaller dresser there, and nightstand, little rug, and same thing on this side here. And then we have our hallway with nothing in it. Might get a table and put it in there. And that is our second floor of our hotel. And let's go down and take a look at the main floor. All right, main floor. And this, I put the most work into, I think, with just tiling. Tiling always takes forever, and I think it turned out great. Definitely like it. And we have 2 of the couches here. We got 2 of the flowers. The flower vase there was originally over here, as in the door as you came in. But I was thinking more along the lines of if you're coming in and you have luggage and things like that, that might kind of be in the way. So we kind of did the space there, so it was easy for them to come in to get to no elevator. But I think the design of this turned out really good. I had to change up a little bit with it because I ran out of parts. I needed 1 more of these angle tiles in the dark orange, and if I had 1 more, I think it'd have been okay, but didn't. So here we are. That's what we have, and I think it still turned out pretty well. So that's our main floor. We got our luggage carts underneath the steps. Steps are still in the same spot. We got the clock there. The painting on the wall in the set was originally here in this section. I moved it down and centered it up with the couch area. So that's our first floor. That is our boutique hotel, expanded for the interior looks there. And we're going to get this back together. We're going to get it put in the city. Before we do that, I'm going to show you my idea. I'm going to get it all put together here on the table. And I'm going to show you my idea that I want to do, which I'm pretty excited about, and I hope it works. All right, got it back together, and I have something on the other side. I briefly took a look at it, and I'm going to try to integrate this with this hotel. And here's what I want to do. We are going to try to take the Market Street and put this here on this side. And I'm going to try to make this area connect with a rooftop pool. And I don't know if I'll be able to make it work, but it's pretty close there on level. I have some fencing up there, but I think I can put a pool up here. And for a hotel to have a 5-star hotel, it needs to have a pool. So I'm like, let's do this. And then I think that the palm trees might work out a little bit better with the aesthetic of the pool. So I kind of had this thought earlier today, and it's kind of been rolling around in my mind. I did see some people, they took this hotel and made this section here kind of an alley. I think they put it maybe beside the Parisian restaurant, or not necessarily make this a corner, but made an alley on the side, which it looked really good. I thought it was a great idea. I threw that idea around in my head a little bit, but I'm going to try to get a pool on top of this thing, and I think I can do it. So I'll be doing some redesigns on that. Still going to try to keep the Market Street there and see how that goes. But we're going to try to get a pool on there. So we're going to get this place in the city, get our final shots, and hopefully move on to our next project. All right, there it is in the city, looking great, all done. And I think this is the spot that it's going to stay. Coming over on this side, I think with the Market Street there, I think that opens that up a little bit to where the palm tree doesn't look so bad. Didn't look as bad as what I thought it was going to be. And I'm up against the wall, and I've also moved over in Ninjago City, so it's definitely a tight fit through here. We got it. And yeah, I like it. This back section, you can really see it a lot better since it's not right up against another building and you have that small area. So I think that looks really good like that. I'm happy with it. I'll have to do some retiling from the Market Street alleyway to the front. Will only take a few minutes, not difficult at all. But we're going to try to get a pool up there. And I was thinking about putting a pool maybe out back in the parking lot area. Throwing that idea around a little bit, but not sure if I want to do that. I think a rooftop or a roof deck pool would be pretty awesome, and we'll try that first, depending on the space. If it works out, we'll go with it. If not, I need more space. We'll take it down to the main level there. So that is our hotel placed in the city. Looks great, and we're going to get on to some more projects. Thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you later.